Today on CCX News, trees and widespread disease.
Every place has been impacted, and we're seeing infestations really pick up.
The expensive problem and the plan to replace infected trees. The destructive emerald ash borer insect has wreaked havoc on ash trees. The problem has left homeowners stuck with expensive bills to remove diseased trees. But now Hennepin County is providing some relief thanks to a federal grant.
Without the support of this program, some residents could be at risk of losing their home to tax forfeiture if the property is assessed for tree removal. And this is something that we want to prevent, and we are working directly with communities to make sure that we are reaching their needs.
Hennepin County received a $10 million grant from the U.S. Forest Service to help ease the financial burden on residents impacted by the emerald ash borer and the unexpected cost that comes with tree removal. The money will help homeowners with low incomes get those trees removed and replaced. In addition, the grant will help to educate the public on tree care and develop a more diverse tree canopy throughout Hennepin County.
Put simply, trees play such an important role in fighting our climate change challenges, and they also remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
Hennepin County has a goal of planting 1 million trees by 2030. Property owners can help with this mission by buying a tree during the county's spring tree sale. For more information on that, you can go to our website at ccxmedia.org. A scary moment in Brooklyn Park for an apartment tenant after a bullet entered that person's unit. The incident happened late Wednesday night at the Point of America apartments on Zane Avenue. When officers arrived, they determined the shot came from the apartment unit below. The person in the unit above was not injured. Brooklyn Park police arrested several people in the unit from where the shot came from. They also executed a search warrant. Their investigation continued on Thursday. A local state representative is in Washington, D.C. to witness President Joe Biden's State of the Union speech. State Representative Cedric Frazier of New Hope was invited by Congresswoman Ilhan Omar to be her guest this year. Members of Congress are traditionally allowed to invite one guest to the annual address. During a press call, Omar said she invited Frazier, calling him a trailblazer because of the Restore the Vote legislation he authored that restored voting rights to 55,000 Minnesotans with past felony convictions. Omar is working on similar legislation in the U.S. House. A new bill considered at the state legislature could help close the pay gap between men and women. Representative Kristen Bahner of Maple Grove introduced a bill requiring employers to disclose their pay range in job postings. The House Labor and Industry Committee discussed the bill this week. Bahner says that revealing pay rates up front can help to level the playing field between men and women in the job market.
Most states actually do have equal pay laws on the books and have been in implementation for decades. In fact, many of them date back all the way to the 60s. What we have found is that, unfortunately, because there isn't very much transparency in the process, we have found that those gaps have moved very little.
Under the new law, job postings could not have an open-ended salary range. The new law would apply to any enterprise with 30 or more employees. According to Bahner, this law would benefit employers by bringing in more qualified applicants.
But the real bottom line is that pay transparency produces 70% more applicants, 66% more qualified candidates, creating greater efficiencies while reducing the time spent on recruiting and hiring.
Bahner says that 17 other states have already enacted similar laws. At North Hennepin Community College, a traveling exhibit helping to share stories of an event in history many may not know much about.
People can come up to the banner, they can read the quotes and a bio of Stephanie Autumn and hear about her experience at the Wounded Knee occupation.
North Hennepin is hosting a traveling exhibit highlighting the 1973 occupation of Wounded Knee in South Dakota. This year marks the 50th anniversary. The exhibit offers a self-guided learning experience that includes visitors being able to scan a QR code to hear firsthand accounts from Indigenous women who lived through that time in history.
I think the importance of it is really uplifting and empowering the important voices of the Native women who were so influential in the occupation of Wounded Knee in 1973.
The exhibit is on display at North Hennepin through March 15th. Coming soon to Golden Valley, a new restaurant that's taking the spot of the former Mort's Deli. Mort's Deli had been open for 14 years in the Golden Valley Shopping Center on Winnetka until closing 2 years ago. The location will become a Mediterranean-inspired restaurant called Bahner. The new restaurant plans to offer both upscale dining and a lunch-friendly deli split between two sides. No opening date has been announced, but it's expected to be this summer. Finally, this segment, art out of plastic waste. It's one of the exhibits on display at the Hopkins Center for the Arts. Artist Eric John Olson shines a light on how personal choices and mass consumption have impacted nature and the world around us. We leave you now with a closer look at this and other exhibits.